Chapter 5. What have I learned as a leader? Leadership and learning are indispensable to each other. John F. Kennedy. You're probably rethinking the chapter name. You're wondering if this chapter is about what I learned to become a leader or what I learned from my leaders. But truth be told, I am a leader and a student. The only successful leader learns. No matter how many years they have served, learning and knowledge are never ultimate. You will always find new things to add to your Rolodex of information. Their learning mindset brings about the most compelling role of a leader. I say this because when you're in the learning phase, you're ready to walk with your people, show them how it's done, and help them along the way. In contrast, if a leader believes his education is complete, all they can do is sit on that high pedestal and dictate the path forward. This creates distance and detachment, which can be the biggest failure of a leader. The inability to resonate with and relate to their people can be disastrous for a leader. However, I accredit my experience, credibility, and resilience to my failures. There is a difference between failing as a leader and failing as a student. A student who fails has a new aspect of discovering something new to learn, while a leader who fails is someone who fails to implement and execute their role effectively. Failures as an entrepreneur. I am not ashamed to say that I had my share of failures when I was a sports coach, a life coach, and a career counselor. Why? Because each loss was a mirror of my capabilities. I knew where I had to work to improve my reflection, and my reflection was my people. As a football coach, I led teams that did not win. It was a difficult moment, and the defeat would often frustrate me. This led me to reflect on my shortcomings and mistakes. I would immediately assess what I could have done differently and what I would try to improve. What aspects of leadership were wrong? Did my leadership lack somewhere? What more can be done to promote team bonding and cohesiveness? There have been many instances where I could have potentially lost the team, if I did not handle the difficulties in losing or the trappings of success. Through my continuous assessment of what I was doing well and what I must improve, I developed an ongoing improvement program for myself and my teams. This would lead to great success and rapid improvement. I took one step back but laid two stepping stones forward. This is the journey to success. Considering setbacks and failures as taboo will always have you taking the easy way. You'll always be a winner but never an achiever. My team had not won then, but we understood where I needed to be a mentor, and my team needed better leadership. How the failures were exactly what made me a leader. Have you heard of trial and error? It is a legit scientific method for solving broad-range problems. That's equivalent to failures in life. Had my team not lost that match, I would have never grown as a leader, and my team would have just celebrated their victory with a toast. Each failure is an additional tool, like those bonus levels in games that give you an extra boost. We will never see the brighter side if we start seeing failures as setbacks and shortcomings. It is an essential and crucial part of honing and polishing our skills only if you let it be that way. An opportunity to innovate. There's a common saying, need is the mother of all creation. And creation requires innovation. Numerous business examples highlight how the need has facilitated innovation. And this need lies in failure. You expand your clientele when you fail to reach a specific sales target. It would help if you had better tools and technology when you fail to reach the efficiency and quality of your contenders. The ability to see failure as a tool to climb the ladder of success is the quality of a profound leader. Cultivate courage and resilience. Leaders, by nature, are courageous and resilient. This quality is taught by their willingness to face failures and hindrances with a growth mindset. A second chance. Failure is not a dead end but another chance to begin again and take a new route. I will use a simple example here. Remember how you would find a new path when solving those maze puzzles in childhood? Remember how you would find a new direction? This is the same. Until you don't give up, you always have a second chance. And in this second chance, you already know you will not get the task done one way. Gaining wisdom. Like I gave my example as a sports coach, the defeat gave me the wisdom of a new trick I had never taught my team and the knowledge that my team needed better teamwork if they intended to become successful. Failure without any wisdom is an opportunity loss or a mistake repeated. Building on success. The next dilemma that I will cross paths with is the build on success. Adopting failures as opportunities to learn facilitates growth and improvement. This dictates your journey to success. But what happens when you're at the top? Let's say my team has reached the pinnacle and become one of the top teams. I have two dilemmas at hand. One is the struggle to become the best, followed by another crisis: what's next? The thing about improvement and perfection is that it's comparatively easy going from 0 to 99, but the fight to get from 99 to 100 is problematic. I mean to highlight that the room for improvement is initially greater. You have a lot of ground to discover and a lot of things to learn, but as you achieve each milestone, there's a lot less to cover. It's like coloring within the lines where you can color freehand initially, but when filling in the gaps, you have to be focused and precise. So what must one do to get to 100%? Variety. Integrate various skills, activities, knowledge, and strategies into your leadership. I recall a training technique I learned as a football coach. I learned to have my team mirror game situations in practice. I taught them the preparation of simulated environments and conditions that may take place in the game. This gave us the edge in preparation and differentiation. This back and forth and difficulty within a practice made game situations more familiar. This improved performance on game day and reduced mistakes. As a successful leader, I always advise my clients to include variety in their lives. If someone comes to me with a business plan, I will tell them to learn economics and market dynamics to understand better how markets can shift and react. Similarly, now that I'm a long-time leader, I advise other leaders to teach athletes the fundamentals of leadership. This helps them understand how each exercise affects their body and how an injury can hinder them, eventually letting them figure out how to train accordingly. Keeping out of your comfort zone. This point continues from the one above. Notice how variety keeps you out of your comfort zone. I'm telling you to teach an athlete who uses muscles and reflexes about science and theory. I'm telling a business person to learn fundamental law. This concept of keeping your people outside their comfort zone is not to make them feel out of place but to feel challenged. A mind trained to tackle challenging situations can solve problems critically. Another facultative aspect of this is that stepping out of the comfort zone also means expanding the horizons of your present one. You expand their comfort zone when you push your people to do something daring and risky. Eventually, you'll see what it is to become a leader from nothing. Adopt the disruptive strategy. The final tip is more for those that have achieved ultimate success. You have reached the top of your industry. Some leaders have outdone themselves and reigned their industry, like Elon Musk. But he didn't stop there. He did something totally out of the box to the point that they're ready to abandon their previous beliefs and start again. This is popularly known as the disruptive strategy in a business where you disrupt the present work methods, technology, concepts, and ideas to replace newer, more innovative ideas. Rewarding your team. An artist without a canvas, a surgeon without a patient, and a musician without a dance platform are just directors without a muse. To go from a dreamer to a leader, you need to make the most of how you portray yourself. Your audience is your people and how you lead and train them is your success as a leader. The first step to molding your people is rewarding them. There are two things a leader always keeps in mind when rewarding his people: relevance and adequacy. Relevancy refers to the kind of reward you offer, for example, promotions, bonuses, or anything other than monetary benefits. The idea behind this is to motivate your people to do better, not because they'll get money but to hone their passion and interest in what they do. Give a business person his personal cubicle, give a scientist a new set of apparatus, anything that pushes them towards the goal. Adequacy knows how to balance the rewards according to the level of achievement. Knowing when the person deserves a certificate of appreciation and when they deserve a promotion is a key to rewarding your team accordingly. This ensures that no one goes unnoticed, nor do they become overconfident. People who are driven to get better incentives tend to provide peak performance. This is also a leader's role in knowing what goes each and what will get the best out of them. Is it the work environment? Is it the salary package? Is it the leaves and vacations? Sometimes only some rewards are material. Verbal appreciation is always welcome. Good work or well done boosts the team's morale and acknowledges their efforts. A mixture of both conforms the team into a well-knit system that functions together with effective collaboration. I recall, as a football coach, it wasn't the awards dinner that would be enough. I would raise my glass, name each team member, and praise their efforts. Their smiles and happiness were all worth it. When a leader does this, he automatically makes the people look up to him and be inspired by him. Cultivate the authority to lead. I'm a leader. My task and my goal are to lead others with passions and dreams towards their own. But what if the people refuse to let me lead? Now that's a question we don't often ask ourselves. We always assume that by calling myself a leader, people will follow. What compelled others to follow Abraham Lincoln, John Maxwell, Martin Luther King, and so many other leaders? When you answer this question about yourself, you'll eventually cultivate a personality and adopt values that refine your leadership. This in no way is a question about your leadership. It is a question about how well you can get through to your audience. How you present yourself and let people see your abilities defines if you can guide the people. We need to realize that where language is our medium, it is also our barrier. Your words can go under many interpretations. So, you must know how to phrase yourself with the ancillary nonverbal cues. The next step is using the power of your skills and efforts, along with words, to create a picture and help people see your vision. You must paint a detailed image of your vision so that your team is clear on the objective. This requires knowledgeable background, some groundwork, and practicality. You need to know that what you see may not be a replica in everyone's mind, but the outlines and framework should be clear. Abraham Lincoln wanted to end slavery. He defined his main goal, but he had other prospects like the constitutional status of the USA and the quality of life. All those who believed in his views only followed him when he showed effort and cleared each milestone. His self-taught law knowledge was the first indication of his drive and passion. You see, a leader isn't bestowed with the authority to lead. He develops it with enthusiasm, perseverance, and sensible approaches. The leader can resonate with the view of the people and help them voice it. Identifying common goals and vision is critical to success. Guiding teams in the right direction. The role of a leader is successful when they succeed in guiding their team in the right direction. But it starts with the analysis and evaluation of your team members. This involves a holistic understanding of their interests and goals and how they align with your vision. However, you will come across people that will not resonate with your prospects. They may have different views and will only sometimes comply with you. At times they may have a negative or opposite stand. Such people can often demotivate you and weaken your frame. But you must accept that not everyone will follow, especially if you're in a controversial area like religion, politics, or ethics. Once you have filtered out your true loyal team, you need to ensure that you equip the team with many skills that can contribute to a common goal. This multifaceted approach will enable you to build a strong and far-reached plan. This also includes facilitating growth in a progressive direction. As a leader, you must coincide personal goals with team goals. Let's say a salesperson is very efficient at his job, and you decide that he should be promoted to sales manager. The leader needs to analyze the qualities and interests of the salesperson, alluding to an equally effective sales manager position. The ability to relate and empathize makes him a good salesperson, and they may not be a better boss or supervisor. All these speculations fall under the leader's responsibilities. I learned this while working as a life coach when a home-based entrepreneur approached me. Her constant worry was despite her elaborate investments in tools and everything. Her work process wasn't seamless. After much analysis, I realized she was not hiring the right house help for each job. Everyone was doing everything. So it is essential to assign relevant tasks to each team individually. Finally, to fuel determination and passion, start with envisioning long-term goals. Show them the glory of success to let them see the reward at the end. Then break down these long-term goals into short-term ones to make them achievable and practical. Help your team understand that short-term goals make long-term goals. Without long-term goals, short-term goals have no aim. So, the two's bidirectional relationship helps strengthen an innovative and growth mindset. I learned all these not in some book but from experience. I messed up at many points and made mistakes, but the thing is that for every step I took back, I took 2 steps forward. No matter how small, celebrate each progress.